In the beginning was the flow, and the flow was with God, and the flow was God. This gospel is all about the blessing of interconnection and of love, the ripening that comes from that flowing. Jesus, Yeshua, is continuing his conversation with his students. Here he is focusing on conveying to them a vision of a very deep relationship and interconnection that unites them in the Holy One, in God. He has been emphasizing this the whole time he's been with them. And now, in an even deeper way, he is showing them how there is an interconnection between him and them, between him and all things, between us and all nature, all creation itself. He is trying to teach them that what empowers that connection is a deeper vision of love. This is the last of the I am sayings. I am the vine. You are the branches. As Yeshua would have spoken it in Aramaic, Inana Gabita. Inana Gabita, that is, I am the vine. Wa'aton Shabista, that is, you are the branches. Inana Gabeta, Wa'aton Shabista, in the very words of Yeshua. I am the vine, you are the branches. The vine means that which opens, the vine is that which opens, that which flows out, that which is rooted, giving, opening to life, passing on life. I am the outflow of creation, he is saying. I am the outflow of sacred creation. Inana Gabita. Inana Gabita. I am the vine. And the branches are that which receives that outflowing, connected, absorbing life. The branches of communion. You are the natural receivers and the channels of all that flowing. Wa'aton Shabista. This is a reciprocal process, my friends, the flow and ebb of tide. Wa'aton Shabista. You are the vine. It is as if Yeshua is saying to them, through this last talk with you, the whole thing I have spoken to you about, I have given you now everything I can give you. But you are focusing on only the limited part of yourself. The limited part of yourself. Now you need to focus on that which is not limited, acting through you. That which is unlimited, acting through your life. He goes on to say, abide in me. Abide in me. That means rest in me and allow yourself to be moved. Be overpowered by something much bigger than yourself. Don't worry. Rest in me. Don't worry about yourself. Think of yourself almost like the living earth in the hands of the Creator, who does with it as the Creator wishes. Think of this as breath moving through you. Rest in me, even as I rest in you. rooted together, you and I, in the Holy One. A branch does not fruit separated from its source. A branch does not fruit separated from its source. So also, you don't heal, or you don't teach, or you don't create, or do anything from your own individual sense of yourself. You're isolated I without being connected to me. And he is saying, don't worry about being connected to me, whether or not you are connected to me. You are connected to me. You are already and always connected to me. Just trust that. You will always be connected to me. Trust and rest. Allow yourself to be acted through. Allow yourself to breathe with everything that breathes. The depth of relationship, the depth connecting I to you, passes that connection on. Realizing I am is the vine of interiority. Realizing you are creates the branches of communion. The ego, hollowed out by our sense of mortality. In other words, the ego is really pushed aside when we remember someday we're going to die and that we're always limited. That pushes ego away in some at least small way. The ego, hollowed out by its own sense of morality, flows with breath, but empathy with another receives that flow. You and I, learning how to be more empathetic and compassionate, receives that flow in a great harmony. It's all connected, you see. You and me, I and you, bearing fruit, acting, teaching, loving, doing the greater works than I. We all travel together. With no connection, you simply find nothing to do that exudes the wonder of the universe, the breathing life of all. And rather than feeling that in isolation, let's feel that in connection with all the communities around us. Rather than hold that in isolation, let's feel it in connection with our friends, with our families. That's all part of one. What wants to flow out wants to be received. The rest, we simply allow ourselves to be used, to be flowed through from the first beginning, from the creating source. You see, there is this flowing, my friends, there is this flowing in the universe. The flowing is already happening. We are in it all and part of it all. You're in it whether you're enjoying it right now or not. But you and I, we just need to be conscious of it all. Remember it every morning when we wake up and every night before we go to sleep. And do our best to let ourselves be used, to let ourselves be a clear channel, unblocked. You just have to let go of whatever it is within you that is saying no to that flowing, blocking it, judging it as impossible. In the flow, even your sins will be your teachers. In this flow of love, even your sins will become good teachers. The great flow makes use of everything, you see? Absolutely everything. Even your mistakes will be used in your favor if you allow them to be. That's how good God is. To the degree that love and life is received, held, enjoyed, trusted, and participated in, This is the same degree to which love can be given away to the rest of the world. To the degree that I receive it, to that degree I can give it out again. Without this full flow in and out, we frankly have many constipated believers. This is the never-ending flow, the movement in and out of receiving and handing on. I personally have found that if it's not flowing out of Gary Brown, it's probably because Gary Brown is not allowing it to flow towards him. If it's not flowing out of me in kindness or empathy or charity or generosity or faithfulness or whatever, if it's not flowing out of me, it's probably because I'm not letting myself be loved like that, receptive to that kind of life and love. Love can flow towards me in every moment. It can be in a tiny, tiny little spring flower or a grain of sand, a wisp of cloud, in any one person in whom I allow myself to delight. You can experience the flow of love when you find yourself smiling at things for no apparent reason. That's the pruning Yeshua is talking about in this text. Deadheading the roses to make room for more beautiful, flowering roses. Religion, at its best, helps people to bring this foundational divine love to ever-increasing consciousness. To see again and again the flow is happening. We just need to wake up to it. That aliveness, a dynamism, moving toward and moving forward, we don't have to make it happen. We don't have to make it happen. We already are in it. I am in you, you are in me, he says in the second reading. In John's first letter. You don't have to make this happen. I am in you. From the beginning, I've been in you, and you have been in me from the beginning. You're already connected. There is no God here to be placated and feared. There is no God detached from me, watching me out there and detached from me. No God like that. And there's no God we have to go to beg for presence. I'm always in the presence of God from the beginning, even as I slept last night. I was connected to the source all the time. We are. All reality can now be pictured as this sort of infinite outflowing that empowers and generates an eternal unfolding. This great ripening. And I have to say, and I think you would echo this when it's happened for you, to be in that flow is pure joy. It's a sense of fulfillment in our destiny. It's the joy we receive when we are fulfilling our purpose in life, when we are in the flow, resting, being used. It is us completing ourselves. Joy. I've never dedicated a homily before, but I'm dedicating this one. I'm dedicating it to all the unsuspecting folks who do not know they are already within the divine flow. Those who are atheists, who feel nothing of flow in their life, and those who are believers, who keep thinking they have to win God over. So I'd like you to, if you would, put your hand on your chest, over your chest. And I'd like you to sing with me these words that As far as we could humanly know, they would have been the very words Jesus would have spoken and sung, because in his culture, they sang all the time. I'd ask you to repeat in words right now these vibrations that sounded in the very depth of Yeshua himself. Inana gabeta, inana gapeta, wa'aton shabista, wa'aton shabista. That is, I am the vine. You are the branches. Inana gapeta, wa'aton shabista. Inana gapeta, wa'aton shabista. Inana gapeta, wa'aton shabista. In the beginning was the flow, and the flow was with God, and the flow was God.